Respected audience, today I am going to start week 2 lecture, and today's lecture will focus on the topic uh, which is directly connected to the earlier topic, and the topic is for discussion today is Dower under Muslim law or Mehr. In fact, this topic is interconnected with the earlier topic, that is nikah or marriage. You will see and realize how it is connected uh, with the earlier topic which I have already discussed. Therefore, first of all, I would like to discuss introduction or the general observation regarding the topic of Dower. I have already pointed out in my earlier lecture while dealing with the institution of the marriage that a nikah or Muslim marriage is a lawful union between the two persons of the opposite sexes, and is in the nature of contract or agreement. Being in the nature of contract or agreement, it has given rise to various reciprocal rights and obligations in favor of the parties, which are known as spousal rights and obligation. One of the significant right of the wife of a Muslim marriage arising from the contract of marriage is entitlement to the dower or right to the dower. At the same time, it is the corresponding obligation imposed by law on the husband. Uh, Therefore, the right to receive the dower is the right of the wife, and it is the obligation of the husband imposed by law to uh, pay the dower. Therefore, as soon as a valid marriage is constituted or formed, the wife of such union becomes entitled as a matter of right to receive the dower from her husband, and the husband of the union or of the marriage is required by law to fulfill his obligation by paying it to the wife in the form of money or other property. Therefore, the dower is basically the exclusive right of the wife that necessarily follows from a valid union of the marriage. Now, what is the dower or what is the mehr in context of the nikah, in context of union of marriage? But before taking the discussion on the meaning, definition and nature of the dower, first of all, I would like to apprise the audience, particularly the students who will join the lecture, the historical evolution or historical background of the dower or pre-Islamic background of the dower, that what is the origin of the dower, how the dower has originated in a systematic way and culminated into the form of mehr or dower as we know today in context of union of Muslim marriage. In fact, the concept of the mehr or dower can be traced, or history of the dower can be traced to the customary ball form of the marriage, which was prevalent immediately before the advent of Islam. As I have already pointed out, that immediately before the advent of Islam, various customary form of the marriage were in fashion, and one of the such customary form of the marriage was known uh, as bal form of the marriage. In bal marriage, so-called husband was required by the custom to pay something, some amount in lieu of marriage, in lieu of the marriage, to the parents or to the guardian of the girl in the form of the gift. This was a sort of the custom. This was the ritual. This was the ritual as a part of the custom, and this custom required in bal, because bal was a customary form of the union, and when somebody wanted to unite with each other, with when two persons were interested to unite with each other in bal form of the marriage, then at the time of formation of the union, uh, the husband of bal marriage was required to give away something in the form of money or property to the parents or to the guardian of the girl with whom he was going to marry, as a compensation, or as a compensation, or as a gift in the form of the money. But whatever was given as a gift or compensation in the form of money or other property, basically that was paid by the husband not to the wife of the bal form of the marriage, but to the parents or guardians. And in fact, this customary payment was a sort of the sale price of the person of the girl with whom one was going to marry, by means of the bal marriage. But in the customary language of Arab at that very point of the time, this type of the payment which was made by the so-called husband at the time of the formation of the union of bal marriage to the parents or to the guardian of the girl or bride, uh, basically that customary payment was known as Mehr. That was called as Mehr in the customary language of the pre-Islamic Arab. But same was essentially given to the guardians of the bride, not to the bride. However, over the time, all the customary union, including the bal form of marriage, were abolished, and they were replaced with the regular form of marriage, that came to be known as nikah. However, the customary gift given by the husband to the guardians of the bride in bal form of the marriage was retained. Marriage bal form of the marriage was repudiated, was abolished, was done away by the mission of the Islam. But at the same time, the customary payment which was made at the time of the formation of the bal marriage, before the advent of the Islam, that very customary payment was retained, because that was known as a Mehr. So concept of the Mehr, which was rooted in the bal form of the marriage, basically marriage was union. This customary marriage was abolished, was repudiated, but the concept of the Mehr was retained, but it was retained with necessary reforms in its nature and scope. In its significance, nature and scope, necessary reform was effected, and after effecting the necessary reform, the concept of the Mehr that was borrowed from the bal marriage was retained and aligned with the Muslim marriage that is known as nikah. So in this way, it may be stated that the concept of the Mehr, which is inbuilt in the structure of the nikah at present, on the analogy of the customary payment made by the husband to the guardian of the bride in ball form of the marriage, uh, 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 ball form of the marriage has been taken our origin. So the origin or the genesis of the concept of the dower basically is the customary payment uh, which was uh, related to the ball form of the marriage in pre-Islamic Arab. However, the fundamental difference between the pre-Islamic customary Mehr and the post-Islamic Mehr is because the payment made in the ball form of the marriage to the guardians or parents of the girl by the so-called husband, and the Mehr which is paid uh, to the Mehr which is known post Islam. Basically, both are one and same. That is, earlier it was also known as the Mehr, and now it is also called as a Mehr. But the basic and fundamental difference between the pre-Islamic Mehr and post-Islamic Mehr is that in former it was given as a price money, as a sale price, as a purchase money to the guardians of the bride, and in later, that is in nikah, it is given as gift or token of the respect or honor to the wife, which is exclusively uh, an indefeasible right of the women, that is wife of a union of marriage. Uh, Ladies and gentlemen, now the next point that arises for the discussion, as I have already pointed out, that what is the meaning and a definition of the dower or Mehr in context of the nikah or in context of a Muslim marriage. Mehr or dower is a customary payment, I have already indicated, made by the husband to his wife, which is paid or given either on the occasion of the marriage, before or after the formation of the marriage. It may be described either as sum of money or other form of the property uh, or valuable items which become payable to the wife by the husband. This is the general meaning of the term Mehr or nikah. So, in fact, Mehr or nikah in relation to the Mehr in relation to the nikah is sum of money or other form of the property which is to be paid by the husband or to his wife, and payment may be made to the convenience of the husband. It may be made before the formation of the union of the marriage, or at the time of the formation of the union of the marriage, or at the time of nikah, or even it can be paid by the husband to the wife or subsequent to the formation of the union of the marriage. It is left to the convenience of the parties to the marriage, that is left to the uh, uh, left to the option of the husband and the wife, as may be agreed upon between the parties. Accordingly, the payment of the Mehr will be made by the husband to the wife. Anyhow, this is a sort of the payment or which is to be made by the husband to his wife. Uh, uh, this Mehr basically is a Islamic term, and therefore its origin may be traced in the fundamental sources of Muslim law, that is in the Holy Quran. Uh, uh, the term dower or Mehr is traceable in the chapter 4, verse 4 of the Holy Quran, that is in Surah Nisa, chapter 4, that is chapter 4 and verse 4, that speaks about the term Mehr. According to verse 4 of chapter 4, dower is uh, a free gift. Dower is given as a free gift by the husband to the wife at the time of contracting the marriage or after the marriage. Uh, Holy Quran clearly indicates what is the dower. Verse 4 of chapter 4, that is of Surah Nisa, points out what is the dower. So the concept of the dower basically is enshrined in this specific verse, that is verse 4 of chapter 4, that is Surah Nisa. And it commands, or it says, and give the women on marriage their dower as a free gift. So, what is the core concept of the dower, or what is the exact meaning of the dower, or what can exactly be described as a dower? It is crystal clear from this one line verse, that is verse 4 of chapter 4, which commands addressing to the followers of the Islam. This verse basically is addressed to the followers of the Islam who are wishing to marry. And those who are wishing to marry, they are addressed in this way. And give them means one who is going to marry or who has married, be they women. Now he is commanded by the Almighty Himself that now you give your wife, your women, on the marriage their dower as a free gift. Means dower is a gift, it is a free gift, it is a gift which it is a gift, it is a presentation which is without any consideration, without any return, and without any iwaj, and it should be given by the husband to his wife on the marriage. On the marriage here means that either it may be given either at the time of formation of the marriage, or even party or husband can make the payment of the dower immediately before the solemnization of the marriage. And now even it is also allowed to the husband that he can also make the payment of the dower to his wife subsequent to them. However, address is, commandment is that dower is obligatory on the part of the husband. It is an obligation imposed by law on the husband in every marriage, and on the marriage it must be paid by the husband to the wife, and it should be paid as a gift. And there is a definition of the gift, there is a meaning of the what is the gift. Gift basically is a kind of the presentation made by one person to another out of the free will, without any consideration, without any return, without any exchange. When something is given by one person to another without any consideration, without any return, without any wish, then that very presentation is known as gift in legal term. And therefore here the Holy Quran in chapter 4, in verse 4, word free gift has been used in order to connote, or in order to signify, or in order to explain what is the dower. So basically, according to the Holy Quran, dower is a free gift. It is a presentation made by the husband on the marriage as a on the marriage as a on the marriage as a free gift uh, on the as a free gift. Therefore, in view of the this verse, it may be stated that Mehr is sum of money or other form of the property that becomes payable by the husband to his wife as a free gift, as a presentation, without any consideration, as a token of love or affection on the occasion of the marriage. Therefore, concept of the marriage is very clear, uh, has been made very clear uh, by the uh, fundamental source of Muslim law, that is the Holy Quran, and it has been made clear in one line, in one sentence, that it is a gift. There is a meaning of the gift, and same meaning is applicable to the dower. Friends, dower, I have given the general definition of the dower with reference to the meaning of the dower as conceived by the fundamental source of Muslim law, that is Holy Quran, in chapter 4, verse 4. Now, some practical working legal definition of the term Mehr has been given by the celebrated jurist on the subject of Muslim law. And the definition, legal working definition of the dower, which has been given by the various jurists, may be referred to one by one for your ready reference here. One of the definition of the term dower has been given by noted jurist Sir Amir Ali. According to Amir Ali, a dower is a kind of consideration that belongs to the wife. Another jurist is Tayyib ji. According to Tayyib ji, dower or Mehr is sum of money or other form of the property that becomes payable by the husband to the wife on the marriage, either by agreement between the parties to the marriage or by operation of law. There is another definition given by another jurist, that is Mullah, D.F. Mullah. According to D.F. Mullah, a dower is either a sum of money or property which the wife is entitled to receive in consideration of marriage from husband. In addition to the juristic definition, the Indian courts in successive judgments have also made a successful attempt to explain or define what is meaning of the term Mehr or dower in context of a Muslim marriage. One of the most working definition of the Mehr was laid down by Allahabad High Court, speaking through Justice Mahmood, in a well-known case, leading case, that is case of Abdul Qadir versus Salima. In this case, Justice Sayyid Mahmood, in Abdul Qadir versus Salima, explaining the meaning of the dower, observed that, I quote, dower under Muslim law is a sum of money or property which is promised by the husband to be paid or delivered to the wife in consideration of the marriage. And even if the dower is not expressly mentioned on the occasion of the marriage or at the time of the marriage, the wife will wife still has the right to the dower. Uh, Therefore, in view of the uh, Islamic definition of the dower, juristic definition of the dower, as well as the uh, judicial definition of the dower, it may be summarized that most of the jurists and judges hold that Mehr or dower in relation to the nikah is a consideration. But at the same time, it may be clarified to the audience that word consideration used by the jurists and judges uh, in context of the marriage uh, is entirely different from the concept of the dower as used in contract, law of contract, or in mercantile law. In contract, the consideration means something for something, but in dower, uh, in marriage, basically, dower in marriage, dower is a kind of financial obligation imposed by law on the husband to which wife is entitled by virtue of her status of the marriage. Therefore, in fact, dower under Muslim law is a gift that may be given in form of money or other property, in not in lieu of the surrender of the person by the wife, but it is a token of respect and honor. It is an obligation imposed by law on the husband in recognition of the status of the wife in the matrimonial home. Uh, Now, I will discuss the rest part of this subject after few minutes.